Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome to this. And today, Question Plus. This, of course, is a new product in line. And of course, we want to introduce you to the product. Some of the benefits will be highlighted. And at the same time, some of the field work that has been going on and will continue to go on, of course, once this product hits the shelf. And of course, if you so desire, you can, of course, feel free to drop us a line in our chat. Of course, share your thoughts, your comments, your questions as we continue the conversation. Of course, the idea here is to edify and to improve your farming practices as we continue to grow your yields. So I trust that you've been having a good day thus far and that you are well prepared. Grab your pen and pencils and paper because of
Dane.
course, we'll be sharing lots of share, like, comment, and of course, subs will be, of course, be on point to receive just the same. So let's get into it. Now, Omex Magnesium Plus is brought to us from Omex and, of course, Omex Agrofluid. And this, of course, is a UK-based company who has over 40 odd years experience in formulation and in bringing to market products that are superior in quality, but at the same time, they are concentrated foliar fertilizers. They are made with what we call a suspension concentrate. And this, of course, gives the benefit of the fact that the nutrition package is excellent, 100% soluble. It can, of course, be applied to whatever means, so be it, but moreover, it is chloride free and it provides for your plants a total nutrition package. So be it a Bio 20 or 45, a Calmax, be a foliar boron, or your Magnesium Plus, you can expect quality in the mixture. And again, too, I must add that it comes with the stamp of approval from Omex. And again, the formulation themselves provide for our farmers the ideal foliar nutrition package that is going to provide the crop with the required growth and development as it so needs. Now, I mentioned earlier the EBA technology, and if I didn't, and if you haven't heard this, then this is something that you need to be fully mindful of. The EBA technology, as we call it, is what we call enhanced bioavailability. And what this means for you, farmers and enthusiasts and those who are listening in, is that the raw materials themselves are of high quality, but moreover, there is a rapid uptake because of the fact that they, as the name suggests, it is readily available, it's bioavailable. It's in a form where the plant can utilize it right there and then. And so it's not going to be in antagonistic manner with any other material that you're putting on while it's in a concentrated tank mix or in a tank mix altogether. It comes with an adjuvant, which is going to also allow for better coverage and more protection of the product itself. So once you get that coverage, you can expect, of course, that it's going to be penetrating the plant structures and the plant can use it. So what you need is a rapid uptake, excellent quality product that is, of course, high quality. And again, to the bottom line, of course, everybody very much available in terms of different sizes. And of course, it's cost effective in its use. So the EBA technology comes with your Omex line of products. Now, more specifically, why do we use foliar fertilizers is perhaps a question to ask. And again, one cannot overemphasize the need for environmental impact and footprint. We don't want to be putting on chemistries that are going to be leaching or are going into your groundwater that the plant needs. But moreover, they are instant themselves kind of pick up this mineral, or instances where you have poor or on its leaves. You can also bypass
Dane?
limiting conditions. When you have is another benefit of using
Dane.
it. Yes, are you
Dane,
getting?
excuse me. I don't know if it's our end or your end, but I want to find out from the listeners if they are hearing you properly, because you're chipping out in some of the parts. From you start the slides before this.
Okay.
So let me hear from the listeners, please. Are you hearing Mr. Parker right through, or it's just us? Naomi, are you hearing?
It keeps chipping out.
Chipping out also. Nicola? Yes, go ahead, Nicola. Well, not hearing her, but thank you. But then you're chipping out. I'm not sure why. Did you plug in?
No, I'm not using an Ethernet cable.
Oh. All right.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, it's chipping out on my end also.
Okay.
So David, you're there.
My signal is poor, it seems.
Yes,
all right, let me see if I can relocate and offer some better coverage.
Okay.
If that is
all right.
the case. I'm not very far from my Wi-Fi route. But all right, any better? I trust that this will provide some level of improvement.
Go ahead and we will know.
Okay, sure. No, as I was mentioning earlier, I've just gone backtrack. Now, the idea here again with the EBA technology is that the plants themselves can pick up the minerals quite readily. And the minerals can also move through the plant system. And of course, this is the added benefit, because once you make your application, you can of course almost guarantee that the product itself is gonna be being utilized by the plant. So you get maximum coverage with also the fact that the product itself comes with an adjuvant in it. So there's no need to be concerned or overly concerned that I just applied my product and it might be eroded by either runoff or rains or anything of the sort. So the product itself can move through the plant system, and you are, of course, effectively benefiting because of that investment you've just made with your Omex product. So again, the added benefit of putting in an adjuvant, you're getting a synergistic product, you're also getting rapid movement, and of course, the benefits are also in the fact that you are getting micronutrients in the mixtures themselves. Now, again, the question was asked, why use foliar nutrition? In instances where you have adverse weather conditions, where you're having drought or recent heavy rains, and you need to move in and to give that plant some stimulus and to get that plant mobilized and moving again, this is where your foliar nutrition comes in and plays a critical role. In instances where the root structure themselves are not formed effectively or poor root development and you need to have that growth, then of course your foliar nutrition again comes into play. As mentioned too, you don't want to be always putting down nutrition on your plants or taking it up. So a benefit to that is the fact that the plants can respond quicker should you also have an instance where you're having a mineral deficiency. And in this case, if you're seeing a magnesium deficiency, then of course your magnesium plus is something, of course, that you'll want to be utilizing. Again, too, there are instances where the root structures are deep down and the fibrous roots are somewhat damaged. And again, no, the uptake of your calcium and the magnesium and other trace elements are not sufficient. And so you can target this larger surface area of the plant so as to get that corrective measure in. Now, we want to dive deeper now into the product of focus here, again, being Magnesium Plus. Now, it's a foliar nutritional supplement. And what does this mean? It means that it contains products that are going to be utilizing that plant
Mr. Parker, you're chipping out again.
are going to be utilizing to manufacture food. And because of this, you are getting a total nutrition package in terms of your crop itself. Now, what exactly is in a bottle of your Magnesium Plus? It comes with 13% magnesium. It's also built in with nitrogen and added 9.5%, 3.75% sulfur, and of course, manganese. Now, these minerals were not just chosen at random, but of course, you would have looked at the need for the different mineral elements and then include those in the mixture simply because these are going to be playing a critical role in not just assisting with the mobilization of plant minerals, but of course, improving on your crop's overall growth and development. One of the things you want to be doing is to be on the lookout for these symptoms, as you note in the left-hand side, perhaps the right of your screen, in terms of the intervenal, what we call chlorosis, where the symptoms themselves are manifesting itself. It generally starts out as the leaves getting paler, and then it gets worsened as with time if you don't correct it. If you also note on the right of my screen, which perhaps is your left, that magnesium is going to also be playing a critical role in terms of your foliage development. And I'm going to explain how that and why that occurs in a few moments. Now, inside your bottle of your Magnesium Plus, the magnesium role is to, of course, encourage the further development and growth of the plant. But more specifically, magnesium is the core molecule in your chlorophyll. And what it helps the plant to do, of course, is to trap this sunlight and, of course, enhance the process of photosynthesis. Now, if your plant, of course, is short in chlorophyll, then what you're going to be seeing, of course, here is stunted growth. You're going to be having also your fruit aborting and, other factors, showing up as the deficiency gets worsened. But moreover, magnesium is going to be playing as a critical role, of course, in the movement of your phosphorus. And this is another benefit here. Again, too, magnesium is assisting with your protein synthesis as well as your cell division. So it's not just participating in one single activity, but several throughout the plant. Now, the 9.5% nitrogen that it comes with also is going to be helping the plant, of course, with your protein synthesis too, and also the formation of your amino acids, as well as with plant growth and development. So when you apply Magnesium Plus, what you're going to be getting literally are larger, greener leaves with an expectation, of course, the added value of that increased yield at the end. Sulfur, again, too, is a critical component in protein synthesis. So again, as I mentioned, in bringing to bear what a Magnesium Plus is, are these what we call cofactors. All of these minerals are required together to assist with photosynthesis. And this, of course, again, is the manufacturing of food in your plant. And the more food your plant can manufacture, it simply means that there's a faster growth, more fruit set, more production. So you're going to be getting larger, bigger fruits, larger, bigger vegetables if you're using your Magnesium Plus. And the benefit of this, again, is that they enhance photosynthesis, or what you call the splitting of the water molecule, or what we call hydrolysis, or hydrolysis. Now, once photosynthesis is taking place, the water molecule that is splitting is actually an energy input, and the plant itself cannot supply enough of that. And so when you add manganese to a microplex, what you're actually signaling to the plant is, here's more fuel that you can utilize for that process. And so it's important in the dry matter production, the regulation or the movement of your potassium throughout the plant, as well as the absorption of potassium itself. And so you're getting more productivity out of your crop itself once you can, of course, regulate the levels of manganese that you're putting in. And so with a Magnesium Plus, what you're getting overall is added benefit, increased production, higher yield, and of course, stress tolerance because of how the product itself is built to supply the nutrients to your plants. Now, if you look also at this plant leaf, this is corn, and as the deficiency goes or gets worsened, then what you'll realize is the fact that the chlorosis, or the interveinal chlorosis to be specific. So when you look at the leaves, you'll see the leaves, the margins themselves, and the lines are brighter green, and in between those, it appears what we would probably call variegated, but it's because of the absence of chlorophyll, and that is as a result of magnesium being also absent or being in poor supply. Now, you can apply Magnesium Plus in terms of preventative as well as a curative action. Ideally, I'd want to say to my farmers, be on the preventative side, but if, however, you find the issue coming through, then of course, there is also a way to correct that matter. And so on a preventative level, we're using magnesium at 15 ml or 1 tablespoon every 7 to 14 days. And this can be applied in your spray tank, in your tank mix, and is very much compatible with your other chemistries. From a curative point of view, you can always reduce that, what we call application interval, by shortening the time so as to cure the problem faster. So you can apply at the same rate, 1 tablespoon per gallon, but you can do 2 to 3 applications within a 5-day period. And of course, this will clear up the situation. As the plant progresses and develops. Also use Magnesium Plus in our virus prevention or virus control strategy. And what this really does is that one that chemistry is that I'm going to be pointing out.
Mr. Parker, Mr. Parker. Dean. Janoy. Janoy, you're on. I'm not hearing Parker any at all.
Hey, I'm on.
You're on. Is Janoy there? Because I'm not hearing Dane any at all, so I'm just gonna project and ask Janoy. Janoy.
Yeah, Georgia. Good afternoon.
I'm gonna project and ask you to go ahead.
All right.
Because I'm not hearing Dane. But I'm also gonna, in the end, we're going to redo the video or the session and just repost it on Facebook. But give me on YouTube, sorry. Go ahead, Janai.
All right, so welcome back, farmers. All right, sorry about that interruption. So what Parker was trying to say, the Magnesium Plus, as it's marketed, is a foliar nutritional product. And generally, a lot of farmers are familiar with the magnesium sulfate. So what this foliar farm is trying to do is basically offer that magnesium with your nitrogen, the sulfur, and the manganese in a foliar farm. A lot of times when you tend to apply your magnesium sulfate to the soil, sometimes that will interrupt the uptake of like a calcium or a potassium, right? So this foliar farm will generally correct that magnesium deficiency. And also what I try to tell persons that not only see it as a corrective product for magnesium, a corrective and a preventative, but also see it as a precursor for your photosynthesis process, right? So this has all the precursors to boost your photosynthesis, because you'll find the magnesium and the nitrogen molecules within the chlorophyll structure, right? So see it as a precursor for photosynthesis. So if you want to boost that, you can use magnesium plus. And being that it's backed by Omex, agrofluids is a concentrate suspension. So you're having basically a stack full of minerals in a liquid form, right? Or sometimes in a suspension form. The Magnesium Plus will give you like more like of a liquid base, right? So it's lighter than your Omex Bio 20 or your Calmax B. So as I said before, the magnesium, the nitrogen, the sulfur and manganese component, very essential into correcting that magnesium deficiency and also being a precursor to photosynthesis will boost that overall growth of the plant. Next, Roger. All right, so let us break it down. So 13% magnesium, nice percentage, nice source of magnesium. This form is basically already available, easily absorbed by the plant. All right. This magnesium, as Parker mentioned, will act as a carrier for your phosphorus, right? So this will help to move that phosphorus into the plant very quickly. And also this is, as I said before, because it helps to boost photosynthesis, this is basically will encourage that greater protein synthesis and cell division. So that's the role of the magnesium within the product. And also the nitrogen as a precursor to photosynthesis. So essential for protein building as well, your development and into the reproduction stage. And then you have your 3.7% sulfur. So sulfur, another product, essential for your amino acids and protein structure, right? And this would also help with even uptake of a lot of products like nitrogen from the soil, sometimes phosphorus, and also for crops that require a high percentage of sulfur. This is a very good product in supplying that sulfur. So you're talking about your fragrant products like your scallion, your onion, your hot peppers, a range of other crops, right? Next, Roger. And then now to top it off, this is a very important element that a lot of products seem to forget or seem to lack, which is the manganese. And the 2% is a nice composition for this product, right? What the manganese molecule does is to help to split the water molecule, right, for photosynthesis. So if you have all the precursors of photosynthesis, for example, your carbon dioxide, you have the water, you have your nitrogen, your magnesium, but you lack manganese, then you won't have that water molecule being split for photosynthesis to basically occur, right? Also, other features important in the dry matter production. So that overall conversion of your minerals into dry matter. So we're talking about the weight of the plant, overall capacity of the plant. So for crops, especially that is weight, well, most crops are weight driven, but like for your sweet potato, Irish potato, essential element in that composition. And also very crucial, regulating the potassium movement and absorption, right? So applying this foliarly or doing a drench will help to move that potassium throughout the plant. And as I said, despite we're pushing this as a foliar, it can be used as a drench, but I'd say to get a good use out of this product, right, in terms of cost and even quick results, you want to apply this foliarly, all right? And manganese will also lead to that fighting of stress and other problems that the plant will go through, all right? So after purchasing this product, you want to kind of have an idea how to apply it. So in terms of preventing magnesium deficiency, you want to use the product at 15 to 20 ml per gallon, and that will convert to about 3 to 4 teaspoons per gallon. And this can be done 7 to 14 days. If you have a history of magnesium deficiency or you're growing a crop that you know when you approach the fruit set production, you see a lot of magnesium deficiency. And we're talking about like a sweet pepper, your Scotch bonnet pepper, or tomato. What you want to do is to try include at least 2 weeks application, but if it's a serious problem, do weekly application to prevent it. For curative control, what you want to do is use magnesium plus at 15 to 20 ml, which is 3 to 4 teaspoons again. And you want to do 2 to 3 applications every 4 to 5 days interval. And the reason being is that you're trying to supply as much manganese and magnesium into the plant to overcome that magnesium deficiency quicker. So instead of waiting on those older leaves to send magnesium to the younger leaf, you are basically pushing the magnesium to the younger leaf and older leaf to minimize that wait time. And this is recommended for most crops. So as I said before, major crops that have your magnesium deficiencies, like sweet pepper, tomato, Scotch bonnet pepper, any crop that is going into high production, right, usually will show magnesium deficiency. Or in cases where farmers may have used a high potassium fertilizer over the time, and that buildup will cause basically slowing up the uptake of your magnesium. All right. So our next important use for the Magnesium Plus is your virus management program, right? And a lot of time when it comes into the hotter periods where farmers are doing a lot of solanaceous crop, they usually have issues with virus. So this is a effective product that we put into our virus management program. And generally that program will include your Magnesium Plus, your green stem, and your agassiz, right? And this will help to fight the tomato leaf curl virus, potato H virus, watermelon mosaic virus, a range of other viral problems that the plant may experience, right? The tobacco mosaic virus. So most of those virus issues, you can offset that. So you're not going to cure the virus, but what you're trying to do is supply the plant with enough material to build a defense system to help fight those viral problems, right? So it's an effective tool in the virus management program. All right, so the first strategy that we have here for tomato, we'll call the CPZ, and this will comprise your Cytoplex, And generally for high infestation, we're looking at about 2 applications. So your Cytoplex, very essential product, right? This is your cytokinin-based product with auxin and gibberellin. So this has 3 of your plant hormones. And for Cytoplex, you want to apply it at 10 ml per gallon. Then you combine that with your Fortify, you're representing the P in that CPZ program, and you use a Fortify at 10 ml per gallon. And also you add in your ZMC Express, and this product is from Miller, right? Very effective micronutrient product. So this is giving you additional zinc, magnesium, calcium, boron, and some other micronutrients that are very effective, right? So so that for that first program, for infestation, you can do 2 applications. For the second program, a GAM program, as I mentioned before, your green stem, Agassiz, your Magnesium Plus. And you want to use a green stem at about 15 ml, which is 1 tablespoon per gallon, Agassiz at 15 ml, and your Magnesium Plus at 15. So a very easy program to remember, 15, 15, 15, right? And this will help to fight that those viral symptoms, right? And give you a quick recovery for your tomato crop. And for watermelon, I know a lot of persons putting in that now, generally have viral issues with that. So you can use that program, as I said before, the greens in the Agassiz and the Magnesium Plus in combination in that one mix to give you that fight. And generally you can rotate that because you want a spur of growth with your watermelon and uses sufficient nitrogen. You can include the Bio 20 with ZMC and Cytoplex as a rotation. So first application can be green stem, Agassiz, and Magnesium Plus, rotated with the Cytoplex, ZMC, and the Bio 20. It's a good strategy for fighting that viral issue. Next, Roger. All right, so some of the demonstrations that we have started with the Magnesium Plus, and this is early out, right? We're still in the early days of doing these demonstrations. Going forward, we're going to continue in a range of crops, but giving us some idea of what's going on. All right, so this initial visit you saw yellow in the leaf, right, due to lack of magnesium. So you see that interveinal chlorosis, right? If you can see that picture to the left, seeing those veins standing out and the gradual yellowing of the leaf, indicating some amount of magnesium deficiency. And usually you'll see this yellowing starting out in the older leaves. Reason being, the older leaves is trying to supply the younger leaves with enough magnesium. So because it's a very mobile element, the older leaf can move it up to those younger leaves. So you usually start out by seeing it in those older leaves, right? So Magnesium Plus was applied, 7 and 14 days application, and this is the result you're seeing. You see that quick change, right? This is as a result of the Omex formulation. Very soluble, very quick in delivering results, and the plant has shown a quick change. And this is in sweet pepper. Seeing this, basically is a greenhouse setup or a square. Roger?
Sorry about that.
All right, go again. Basically a crop of tomato showing the yellow leaf curl virus. And as I say, what Mr. Parker had done in this case was to do a comparative application. So on the left, you're seeing the control, right? And on the right, you're seeing the treated. You see that difference in terms of greenery of the leaf. You're observing no intervenal chlorosis. The plant is also showing minimal stress because if you look at that control plant, you're seeing those curl leaves showing farmer stress, showing some micronutrient deficient, magnesium deficiency, right? So you're seeing an overall poor growth from that. For the treated plant, it's recovering from that stress. The leaves are opening out. You saw some teeth burn, which was as a result of that earlier magnesium deficiency, but no overall seen a change in the tomato plant, right? So this will lead now into a greater fruit set and production from this treated plot. So this is how quickly the Magnesium Plus will work and deliver results. Next, Georgia. All right, so farmers, we have entered the question segment, and Georgia, there was a question that you had proposed already for the farmers. You can go ahead and ask.
All right, thank you, Janoy. Question, how can you identify magnesium deficiency in plants?
All right, the general rule of thumb is that, as I said before, you will see interveinal yellowing. So between the veins, the chlorophyll is going to fade and a yellowing appear, while the veins will still appear dark green. And you will notice that on the lower or older leaves, right? So you'll notice that mainly in the lower leaves, right? Until it progresses. If it's not treated, it will progress to your younger leaf, but starting out in the lower leaves.
Okay, thanks, Janoy. Just checking if the farmers have any questions. If not, we have a question for the farmers. What is the percentage of manganese in Omex Magnesium Plus? You may text your answers in the chat. Thank you. Okay, we have the answer is 2%. That's correct, Nicola. Yes, Magnesium Plus is on the market also. I'm gonna ask you to send your number, Nicola, to our WhatsApp chat, 876-401-4766. I'll put it in the chat also. So Janoy, you may go ahead and speak about the upcoming events.
All right, so yeah, a lot of events planned. All right, so tomorrow on Power 106, join us, where we basically talk about our farming topic. Generally, it starts about 6:18 to 6:45, and this is on Power 106, where we're doing our farming feature, Farming Today with CCJ. And on Tuesday, October 11th at 4 p.m., we're going to have a farmer training, and this will be on CCJ Nutrition, and this is at the Littitz Primary School in St. Elizabeth. And on Wednesday, October 12th, at 10 a.m., we have a farmer training, onion production, the CCJ way, and this is at Ninja's Farm in Salt Pond, Portmore, right? I'll be presenting at that training. And on Wednesday, October the 12th at 10 a.m., a farmer training. This will be on Irish potato production at the Olive Tree Church, and this is in Peace River, Victoria, Manchester. And on Wednesday, October 12th as well, at 10 a.m., a farmer training on Irish potato and pepper production, the CCJ way, at the Orange Park Baptist Church, and this is in St. Anne. And on Friday, October the 21st at 3:30, there will be a CCJ live, and this will be done on Irish potato. And you can tune in on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So farmers, if you can take a screenshot of these upcoming events or make a note of them, yeah man, we'll be basically all over the island trying to meet the farmers face to face and share as much information as possible. But farmers, thank you for tuning in. And if there's any question, you can ask them now before we close out.
And I just want to let the farmers know that we're still taking Bamba Irish potato orders. So you can reach us also for that. Will there be a training in Moko? Mr. Parker, you're on. Can you answer that, please? Okay, so Mr. Parker said very soon, Nicola. So yes, we'll be in Moko very soon. On the screen, the agronomist information for the different region. You can call them at any time during the workday, always available to answer your technical issues. This is the end of another one of our CCJ training. However, because of the technical difficulties that we're having today, we will redo the training and repost it on YouTube. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you at our different sessions.